Hi, my name is Carrie Irvin, and my job analysis data collection method is cognitive task analysis. This method is created for job analysis, not purchased. Um, so my objectives for this presentation are to discuss the method, what cognitive task analysis is, and to discuss its uses and applications, the process, give an example of how to do a cognitive task analysis, and to identify the reservations and issues with the method, and also its benefits and drawbacks. Okay, so what is cognitive task analysis? Okay, so it is a worker-focused job analysis method. It uses a broad set of tools and techniques and approaches to look at the knowledge and cognitive processes that workers use to perform their tasks. Also, cognitive task analysis analyzes expertise and learning through evaluating mental processes and sorting out tasks based on the cognitive skills required by specific jobs. Basically it's a collection of approaches, methods that are related by common goals of understanding mental processes such as the strategies and knowledge that expert workers use to complete the tasks being analyzed. Okay, so purposes and application. Cognitive task analysis is to understand cognitions and task related, like creating goals, making decisions, forming judgments, and also the skills that are needed. And it's to link these to behavioral task analysis to understand task performance in terms of like cognitive knowledge and skills that the experts use and how they do to achieve superior performance. It's cognitive task analysis is also used to meet objectives for developing training programs, for assessment, selection tools, developing performance aids, and also like developing and understanding work culture. Okay, so application of the process. I'm just going to use 5 methods discussed in the Morrison text for data collection and analysis. So the first is interviewing methods, and that's basically just asking the SMEs about the mental processes for tasks and situations that they go through. 2 is team communication methods. You can observe and record team communication and analyze the mental processes for the tasks that they're completing. The third one is diagramming methods, and these diagrams represent tasks, and they can show the steps taken in task completion. The fourth one is verbal report methods, and this is where you ask SMEs to think aloud when they're working on specific tasks and also report what they're thinking during certain tasks, and then you can analyze their reports to infer about their goals and strategies and automated skills. And automated skills are just, it's effortless to them. The fifth method is psychological scaling methods, and this is where they ask SMEs to sort, rank, or rate items that are task-related items that have to do with like the mental cognitions for situations, and then you can analyze this through scaling and clustering programs, which is used to identify different relationships among the different set of task-related concepts and problems. Okay, so an example of cognitive task analysis, I'm just using the one from the book with the airport security screener position. The screener looks at x-rays of carry-on bags just to make sure that no dangerous objects go into the plane. So the purpose of this example was to enhance training and to focus on the decisions of the screener, and the decisions that screeners have are just one of 3, which you could pass the bag through, you could stop and search it, or you could stop the bag in the machine. So cognitive task analysis in this case was to understand the process that the expert screeners used to decide which action they would take for the bags. And so the data collection for this, they interviewed screeners. They asked to give incidents that tested their skills. The SMEs also provided verbal protocols during actual task performance. So it's like what they were looking at and how they made the decision to either pass the bag, stop it, or search it. The analysts directly observed task performance and asked the screeners specific questions about decisions they would make, and then what would look like a dangerous object in a bag. The results for this example was a model of the decision-making steps that screeners make through their process of making decisions about bags. So it also provided the analysts with a difference in expert and novice screeners. And so the difference was that the experts had a large stored library of images. And this just means that they were able to identify the objects in the x-rays, like many more objects than novice screeners were, because they had a library of images that helped them identify what most things were. And this is an automated skill, and it was effortless for the expert and not the novice. So the novice screeners had to end up searching more bags. Okay, so concerns for the cognitive task analysis method include the process takes a lot of time. It's very time consuming, so it's not good if you have a short deadline. It's expensive, so if the finances aren't available or it's not approved for the budget, you can't do that. It's a difficult method as well, because there are many methods and techniques involved in it. So it's beneficial to have an expert, an analyst, which can be hard to come by. Advantages of the method include that it is very detailed, very specific information is provided on mental processes and skills that expert performance on specific tasks requires. It is a successful cognitive task analysis is a valid source of information on the cognitive processes that experts take. And it also provides step-by-step processes for task completion, and that identifies the expert's cognitive processes. The disadvantages of the method include gathering the data and the analysis of the data is very time consuming. Doesn't always identify worker attributes in addition to cognitive attributes for task completion, such as like physical capacities, the resources that are available, relationships between workers and themselves or their superiors, and also the level of expertise required for the analyst to actually perform the cognitive task analysis. It's hard to come by, and cognitive task analysis really requires a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge to use the various analysis methods and techniques. Thank you. These are my references, and thanks.